Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, your home of short football predictions and analysis. Okay, we do this daily on this very channel, and today being Saturday, the big All Saturday game, as I promised you that we started last week, and today is a day that we, take our time to explore some of these games that are, giving us a higher value, big odds and all that. So we took our time to do that, and we came up with these games. And today we're going to look at so many games that we analyzed. We had some games in the international friendly matches that's going on today, and also we have some games in the Italian Serie C and Italian Serie D, as well as in Belgium and Czech Republic. Okay, before we move up on these predictions, and I want to urge those of you who are coming across our video for the very first time to try to take our time to click the subscription button and also turn your notification on, so that each time we make this video, you always get notified, and in that way you do not miss out on our wonderful content that comes up here every day. Okay, have you done that? All right, let's head to the business of the day. And today we are starting with a game in Italian Serie C, where we have Messina coming up against Foggia in Italian Serie C. And as usual, we take a look at how they fared in the past 5 games, and also talk about their head-to-head matches. And we look at for Messina in the past 5 games, they have had one win and 3 draws, as well as 1 loss in the past 5 matches that played so far. While their away side, Foggia, have seen 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the past 5 matches they've had. And looking at how they fared on the Messina, the home side, how they fared so far at home, you could see that in the past 5 games they've had so far, they've had 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in their home, while playing from home. And Foggia, their away side, have had 3 losses, 1 draw, and 1 win while playing from away. Okay, and looking at the head-to-head matches for both sides, you could see that it is okay. Foggia have enjoyed 3 head-to-head wins against Messina. Okay, as well as Messina are just enjoying just 1 win, and then the other 1 being a draw. Okay, I could see that Foggia is very much dominant in these head-to-head clashes, and we expect an over 1.5 goals in this match. Looking at the recent encounter, seeing that both sides have always seen an over 1.5 in almost all their past 5 games. So we expect at least 2 goals coming up in this very encounter. That's our verdict, an over 1.5. Okay. And to the next game that we have for you also is Serie C, where we have Sorrento coming up against Juve Stabia. Okay, and looking at how they've fared as usual in the past 5 for the home side. The home side have seen 3 draws and 2 losses in the past 5 games they had so far, and the away side have had 4 wins and 1 loss in the past 5 games. And for Sorrento, when they are playing home, they have also had 3 draws, 1 loss, and 1 win. And Juve also have been able to win 3 games and 2 losses while playing from away. So in this very encounter, we'll as well look at how they fared in recent head-to-head. We'll have 2 head-to-head matches here, and we saw that and those 2 head-to-head, Juve have won 1 from away, and Sorrento have also won 1 from home. But in this very encounter, we expect Juve, who is much more informed, who is a better side, to pick up the spots in this very encounter. It is a away win as our verdict in this very encounter. Okay, and to the next game that we have for you. Okay, also in Italian Serie C, where we have Perugia coming up against Pineto, and looking at how they fared in the past 5 as usual, we'll see that in the past 5 games for the home side Perugia, they have had 4 wins and 1 loss, and their away side in the past 5 games have had 3 draws and 2 losses in the past 5 games. And also looking at how Perugia have fared at home in the past 5 games, they have been able to achieve 4 wins and 1 draw in the past 5 home games they've had. And Pineto, being their away side, have just managed 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses while playing from away. And looking at how the third, we'll see that in these two teams, the home side, Perugia is the better side. Seeing their form, their recent form, and see how they've been able to dispatch their opponents. Especially when they are playing from home. So we expect Perugia, who is the better side, to pick up the sports in this very game and win outright in this very encounter. Home win. That's our verdict in this very game. And then the next is in Italian Serie D, where we have Lentigioni coming up against Citaldo in Italian Serie D match. And also take a look at how they fared in recent past. We see that for the home side, in the past 5 games, they've had 3 wins and 2 draws. And their away side, I've seen 2 draws, 2 losses, and 1 win in the past 5 games I've played so far. And Letizia, which is the home side, how they fared when they're playing from home. We see that in the past 5 home games that I've played so far, they have been able to manage 4 wins and 1 loss in the past 5 home games I've played, while their away side have only managed 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in the past 5 home games I've had so far. So it is the home side who is in better form and a better side to pick up the spoils. It is Lentigion, the home side, to win this game outrightly. That's our verdict in this very encounter. And to the next game that we have, also in Italian Serie D, where Triestina will be coming up against Pozzi in the Italian Serie D match. As well, we look at how they fared in the past 5 games for both sides. So we'll see that for the home side, in the past 5 games, they've had 1 win. They've also had 2 draws and 2 losses. And the away side have seen 2 wins and 3 losses in the past 5 games they've had so far. So looking at how they've fared from home, the home side, while playing from home, Triestina have managed 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. While Pozzi, on the play from away, have seen 4 losses and 1 win in the past 5 games I've played from away so far. And looking at the recent head-to-head, I've seen Pozzi defeating Triestina from away, and Triestina also defeating Pozzi on the other match. So we'll see that in this very encounter, it is Triestina who is a better side, slightly better, and is expected to pick up the sports in this very encounter. It is home win. That's our verdict in this very game. And the next game that we have is also in Italian Serie D, where we have Livorno, who will be coming up against the San Donato in Italian Serie D, the league match. And looking at the performance recently, we could see that the home side Livorno have managed 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the past 5 games they've had so far. And their away side have seen 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the past 5 games. And Livorno, while playing from home, have seen 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. And San Donato, on the other side, while playing away, have seen 3 losses and 2 draws from playing from away. And that led us to the conclusion that the home side is much more fancy to pick up the spoils, seeing that they're the better side at the moment. It is Livorno to win outrightly in this very encounter. That's our verdict. Okay. And that takes us to the next game that we have for you. It is in Denmark second division, where we have Middelfart coming up against Hellerup in Danish second division match. And we'll also take a look at how they fared recently. We'll see that in the past 5 for the home side, Middelfart have been able to manage 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. And their away side have seen just 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in the past 5 games I've had so far. And Middelfart, while playing from home, have been able to manage 2 wins and 3 losses, while the away side, one playing from away, have seen just 1 win and 4 losses, while playing from away. And in this very encounter, we expect the home side, Middelfart, who's much more better, to pick up the spoils in this very encounter. Also, putting into conclusion, into consideration that in the past 5 head-to-head for both sides, I've seen the home side dominating this head-to-head, winning on 3 occasions. So we expect the home side to pick up the spoils in this very game. Home win, that's our verdict. And the next game that we have is in Czech Republic, where we have Česká Lípa coming up against Velváry, and this is Czech Republic CFL League. Okay, and we see that for home side in this very game, in the past 5 games they've had just 1 win and 2 draws and 2 losses, and the away side I've seen 4 wins and 1 draw in the past 5 games I played so far. And looking at how Lipa has fared while playing from home, they have had 3 draws, 1 loss, 1 win. And their away side, Burberry, while playing from away, have seen 1 win, 2 losses, and 2 draws. Also, what you mentioned is also the head-to-head of this encounter have seen over 2.5 on 3 occasions out of the past 4 times I've met. And in this very encounter, we expect at least 2 goals in this very match. Okay, this match, our verdict is over 1.5. That's our verdict for this very game. And the next game that we have is in Belgium, where we have it's also Belgium National Division 1, where we have Haste coming up against Decel. And in this very encounter, as usual, we take a look at how both sides have fared in the recent past. We see that the home side have managed 2 wins, 2 draws, and one loss, and the away side have seen 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the past 5 games I've played so far. And at home, we can see that Hess, while playing from home, have seen 2 wins and as well as 2 draws and 1 loss, while Dezel, while playing from away, have seen 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Okay, in this very encounter, you can also look at the head-to-head for both sides. See that in the past head-to-head, Haste have been a little bit dominant, winning on 2 occasions in the past 5 head-to-heads, while the other 3 head-to-head meetings only saw a draw. Okay, in this very encounter, we made our verdict, seeing that most of the time for the home side, in all the past 5 games that played so far, have seen an over 2.5. So we come up with the verdict in this very encounter that we're going to see at least 3 goals in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5. That's our verdict in this very game. And going to the next game that we have, it is in the international friendly match where we have Ivory Coast coming up against Benin. And also we know that Ivory Coast, they are currently the African champions at the moment. And we see that how they fared in the past 5 games. They have been able to win 4 and lost just 1 loss in the past 5 games I've had so far. All right. And Benin, on the other hand, in the past 5 games have had 3 losses and 2 draws. And also, we'll see that while playing at home, Ivory Coast have managed 4 wins and 1 loss. And also Benin Republic, while playing from away, they've had 3 losses, 1 win and 1 draw. And for the head-to-head, in the past head-to-head matches, for both sides, have seen Benin winning on 2 occasions and Ivory Coast also winning on 2 occasions, and then also achieving 1 draw. And in this very encounter, we know that the home side, which is Ivorians, quite stronger side, and being the African champion, they will want to do their all, putting their best in this very encounter to defeat the away side. So we expect home side, who is the current reigning African champions, to win this game outrightly. It is home win. That's our verdict. And the next game that we have for you is also in the international friendly game, where we have England coming up against Brazil. Okay, this is the 3 Lions of England coming up against the Samba Boys. All right, looking at how they fared in the past recent games, we see that England in the past 5 have been able to win their past 4 games, and they had 1 draw, which was against Macedonia in the last game they played. And also looking at how they fared from home, also all the matches that played from home have seen England defeating their opponents, especially when they are playing from Wembley. And in this very game, it is Wembley that is the venue. Okay, and Brazil, on the other hand, in the past 5 games have just managed 1 win, 3 losses and 1 draw. Very, very uncharacteristic of the Samba Boys. And also looking at how they fared while playing from away, we see that Brazil have managed just 1 win from away, which was against Peru, and they have had 4 losses while playing from away. And could conclude that the Samba Boys are not in very good form, and we expect the home side, which is the 3 Lions of England, to pick up the spoils in this very encounter. Home win. That's our verdict in this very game. It is home win. Okay, and the next game, which happened to be the last game of the day, is also in friendly, international friendly, where we have Croatia coming up against Tunisia. In this very encounter, we take a look at how both teams have fared. We see that in the past 5 games for Croatia, They've had 3 wins and 2 losses, while Tunisia, on the other hand, have had 3 draws, 1 loss, and 1 win in the past 5 games they've played. And looking at how Croatia have fared from home, they've also had 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. And Tunisia, while playing from away, have seen 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw while playing from away. And in this very encounter, as well, we only had one head-to-head meeting, which happened in 2019, where Tunisia defeated Croatia by 2 goals to 1. And in this very encounter, we expect Croatia, who's much more better side, finds a greater side compared to Tunisia, to pick up the spots in this very encounter. I expect home win in this very game. That's our party, and that concludes today's prediction on Betkraft. Don't forget that tomorrow we're going to have Millionaire Sunday, where we'll have where we look into games and bring up games that will accrue to 1 million. At least we always decided that we're going to give it a try every Sunday. All right. That being said, remember to play responsibly. Do not put up all your fortunes in one bet. This is just a football game, and anything can happen. It can go either way. All right. Hope to see you again tomorrow for tomorrow's prediction. And until then, keep winning. Betkraft.